Hey, Capricorn. Hey, this is your March reading, Capricorn. Some really interesting energy throughout the whole zodiac. I highly recommend that you watch even in double speed, that you watch the readings from your other chart placements. Yeah. So if you don't know, find out where your moon is, especially. Find out where your rising is, especially. You might just pick up something from another reading that really resonates, and that's important. All right, Capricorn. What's your March going to be like? We're using the lights here. I'm seeing an Emperor. Seeing a Knight of Wands. This is a very popular card for March. The High Priestess. Temperance. Four of Swords. And the Six of Pentacles. Awesome. Awesome. I don't know if you know how awesome this is. Do you know how awesome? It's very, very cool. This Emperor, even though it's fueled by the Three of Swords and Judgment and the Eight of Wands, is a strong, good energy. Energy of protection, an energy of consideration, an energy that provides, an energy that is fair. In the exaggerated sense, sometimes it comes out and it's egotistical. Not in this case. Not in this case. All right, so why is the Knight of Wands here? There is there is sort of a party energy, but also this sort of it's come up a couple of times in different readings for March. There's this attention deficit thing where we're like squirrel every 2 seconds, and that could be from if we're just going to go practical, Capricorn, because I know you appreciate that. It could just be a matter of there's a lot going on in the world right now, and we can't even catch up with the news and family and work and everything, right? It always seems like we never really get caught up with it. So that could be it, period. It doesn't have to be supernatural. Why is the Knight of Wands here, though? Is that it? Yep. Got the Emperor. Little bounce back, little feedback loop. Feedback loop this early in the reading kind of tells me that this is you. This is your energy. I've got the Star. Got the Six of Swords. You've got the Page of Swords. You're in your action, okay, Capricorn? In your action, I think that you're really focusing on your well-being, on your plans, now some of you might be out there going, yeah, Rose, you literally just described Capricorn. Okay, all right. There's less of an ambitious quality to it, more of an instinctual quality. How's that? Because I know that there's a thoughtfulness, a consideration, a calculation. Sometimes when we do things, when we go to get to a goal, but I think it is more action-based and more instinctual. So there's that. With this feedback, I think there's just maybe a touch of tendency, y'all, to get a little too focused maybe on the wrong things. And that with the Six of Wands. Maybe you could get focused on the wrong things. And I don't think it's particularly dangerous. It's just you kind of get it. And if this resonates with you because of what I just said, then this reading and the rest of the reading is definitely for you. I think that you just like, you'll figure it out. Like you'll be just probably sitting, eating dinner or doing something else. And then you'll realize, oh shit, I've spent a lot of time doing XYZ. And that was not at all aligned with what I actually want to do. Okay. All right. Why is the High Priestess here for Capricorn? Most anything, I think that the universe just gave me that so that you could figure out that this is your reading. Because you don't have time. You don't have time to waste on this reading if it's not for you. You get it? All right. High Priestess, why is it here? You're probably already watching this in 2x, right? Listening to it while you're doing something else, while you're doing Excel spreadsheets or an application to business school. Why is the High Priestess here? I kid, but also, you know I'm right. I love that about you. You're ambitious. Not that I'm making any judgment or I feel any different sort of kind of way about any of the zodiac signs. Okay. Devil's on the bottom of the High Priestess. That is an auspicious motherfucking pairing. And I mean, damn. Okay. Ace of Wands. King of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles. What in the sweet mother of Jesus? Capricorn, you have some really serious mojo happening right now. The universe says, be careful. Be careful with this. When you have new ideas, you might be surprised by yourself. You might have new ideas where you go, oh my God, did I think of that? Like, it could seem like it's sort of inspired from like supernatural. It could kind of seem like it's inspired by that, and you are not really comfortable with that, or you're not really feeling it, or you can't trust that. I get it. I do understand because it's hard to discern, where that's coming from for you. I get it. So go slow. Okay. When you have these ideas that are like, whoa, was that an inspiration or was that some sort of evil spirit? Like, because it could be good or bad. It could be ideas that paint your life one way or another, right? So go slow. Go slow and be considerate of the time you've invested in other things. That's what I'm going to say about that. Be considerate of the time that you've invested in other things. You do have some supernatural shit going on. I'll tell you that. if you want to know, like if you're like, hey, I was just thinking it's probably just bananas, or that dream that I had was just a mental dump of anxiety and all this other shit that's been going on in my life, and it doesn't mean anything. It means something. I'll tell you that. It freaking means something. I'm taking the devil out. Yeah, in, out. This is hot. I want to take the devil out, but I'm not allowed, so I'm not going to do it. Why is the Four of Swords here? You're enigmatic today. A little bit. There's some stuff going on. I'm definitely seeing the High Priestess with her eyes open in this case, So the artist who drew these is fantastic. And when she did draw them, paint them, you can kind of see the eyes open. I'll show you. Hold on. But they're closed and they're open at the same time. And so I get the distinct pleasure of seeing whether they're open or not when I pull it for you. They're definitely open. If you're someone who's not comfortable with this type of woo-woo-ness, well, you're watching tarot, so you probably are to a certain extent. But if you're not comfortable with that, this could feel weird. This could be a very weird energy. And I'm about to lose battery. Hold on. Hey, so the sound is going to be different because I had to unplug the speaker, the mic, not the speaker. But this reading's so important that I wanted to get back to it because it's important, Capricorn. All right, I made it this far with you. If you still have if I still have your attention. Okay, sorry, I was running around like crazy trying to find a charger. All right, Four of Swords. Why is it here? Why are you knitting yourself into this nest? Protection. Oh, we have the Eight of Wands, King of Wands, the Ten of Cups, yeah, and the Six of Cups. I knew that was coming up. Yeah, you have some really sweet stuff coming. I think there is a certain amount of rest that you need, though. There's a certain amount of rest. What you may not understand, especially if you're not used to this sort of level of a psychic, and I mean psychic in the way that you're sort of in tune with another reality, another dimension, you're in tune with spirituality. This sort of psychic energy takes a lot of energy to process and absorb and understand. And those of us who are, quote unquote empaths, or those of us who have this higher understanding of spiritual experience, we might need to nap sometimes. Those naps are going to be incredibly beneficial to you. I think that your dreams, I spoke about dreams earlier for a reason. I think as your dreams turn really beautiful, there's going to be a desire for you to express them, for you to tell people, especially those people that you love. It's almost like you have this new, this is the kind of energy, the kind of thing that I would see if someone was being born again. How woo-woo do you want to get? If somebody's like friggin' 44 years old and they go to a church in the middle of nowhere and they somehow are struck by the Holy Spirit and they get up and they profess, their sins to Jesus and they become absolved, this is serious. This is like born again shit. I think you're going to want to talk about it. I'm not saying that it is that, but it's going to kind of feel the same way. I'm just reading that. That's how I see it, right? It could be different. But there's a very strong spiritual level to where you are. I think a lot of it too might close sort of loopholes with connections that you have from past lives. That's woo-woo, right? But you'll know it when you see it, and when you see and meet these people. And I'm not saying you'll be like thunderstruck, but you'll sort of understand, oh, maybe Rose was right. Maybe I do have this sort of past life connections with people. You know, I always was interested in that, but I never thought it would happen to me, or I never thought it was real. Well, I think you're going to see that more, and I think that's what's really going to cross the T's and dot the I's in consideration of this monumental spiritual transformation and vision that you have now coming up. Whenever it could happen now, it could happen in March, it could happen 2 weeks later, it could happen in the next 5 years. This is timeless. It could happen anytime this video's up. But Capricorn, I see those past life connections, or at least, you know, long term, maybe they're future past life connections. I see those as having a great impact on how seriously you take this. Bottom of the Six of Pentacles is the Chariot, is the Ace of Cups. All the love is the Six of Wands. This has also been coming up a lot for March. For you, I think that, let me just share this, Capricorn. This will make you feel better. I mean, this should all make you feel great, but for a lot of the other readings that I've had, and you'll see if you cross watch or you watch for your other chart positions, the Six of Wands has been a little bittersweet, or it's had a falseness to it, like a false victory or a false assumption, false expectation that wasn't really quite manifested, whatever it is. This is the real deal right there. You got yourself the real deal Six of Wands. But you also have the real deal Seven of Wands. This thing that you find, this new experiential development, this new spiritual filter that you have, this born againness that you have, you will have to defend it. I mean, that goes without saying, right? That's a pretty easy statement. But I think that it's going to bring you a lot more. It's going to bring you a lot more happiness than you think. Yeah. Okay, why is Temperance here? Why is Temperance here with his skinny little arms? His or her, I don't know. Sorry, I'm yawning. Damn, excuse me. Seven of Swords, King of Pentacles, the Chariot comes back. Okay. Yeah, so therein lies the rub, my dear Capricorn. This is way, way out in the future. But I think it's a little bit of a warning from the universe, because coming with this enlightened state, coming with this born againness that you're experiencing, is this equal and opposite reaction. And that is where, there's a shadow side, okay? There's a darkness with the light. There are negative and positive. There is some type of balance, hopefully. There's some type of give and take. There's some type of relationship between the two. In this case, the sun and the moon with Temperance. But the sun represents the light and the easy and the flow, and the moon represents the dark and the shadow and the stagnation. There's both. And so the universe would like you to know and would encourage you to be open to the possibility that coming in with this revelation of spiritual empowerment is a deeper and more profound understanding of the shadow side. And that could come to you in many, many different ways. And I get from the universe that it'll be different for everyone, but you won't get more than you can handle. But it is a bit of that trial. It's a bit of that it's an education. I don't know what else to say. There's some walls that actually need to come down to get the best understanding that you can of this new experience. And sometimes the only ways that walls can come down is with this lived experience of the shadow side. I feel very uncomfortable saying that, but that's like literally what's here. So please be kind to yourself, be kind to the situation, understand. Mostly the universe is like, be aware that things could get dicey. Okay, that's all I really had to say. I'm so sorry that I confused you, and I hope that you sped through the last bit, because really all the universe wants to say is things could get dicey, because you're going to understand things on a deeper level, the light side and the shadow side. Okay, that's it. That's all I needed to say. Okay. I am going to pull 3 cards because I kind of want the universe to let us know, like, how does this affect the rest of Capricorn's life? Like this is all about them. Well, how does this affect the rest of Capricorn's life? Did you hear me go before? Knight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. It hasn't been written yet. It hasn't been written yet. There's no predictive energy in this at all. The only advice here, though, is to go at it slowly. This is not a deadline sort of approach. This is not a project to be solved. This might take the rest of your life. It probably will, to understand it on many different levels. But not everybody gets to go through this spiritual transformation, all right? So that makes you special, period. Knight of Pentacles in enough places as I have enough decks on the table. So slow and steady. Go through these changes with intention, with acknowledgement. The tendency might be to revel a little bit, and remember that everything has an equal and opposite reaction. So if you allow yourself to get as high, like suddenly you're born again and you become evangelical and you start talking about it, it's gonna have a shadow side. So you might have those swings of really high and loving life and telling everyone about, in the universe, let's say, and then it'll swing back and you'll be in darkness and you'll be asking the universe why. You see what I'm saying? That's just an example. I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but that is what is in the energy. Is as high as you allow yourself to get is exactly as low as you're giving the universe permission to get you there. So be careful of that and go slow. Okay. I mean, the reading is great. The reading is great in very specific ways, but this has come up before. This has come up before of where you're at this place. I have done this reading very similar in the last 4 or 5 months. So it's different for everybody. You're at different journeys, different points along your journeys. This is a great reading. It takes a lot of strength to go through this process. It takes a lot of strength to not push it away. And so you're very brave. And what you're going to do is you're going to pull off that blindfold. So remember that all readings are influenced by the reader and the time in which they're pulled, because no reading is going to come out of a vacuum. And that's why everything that I say is related to something that I have experienced or that I have learned. Okay? Good luck out there, Capricorn. I can't wait to pull the next reading for you.